Hi everyone! Today we are going to do our last strategy for division, and that is seeing how division and multiplication are related. We're going to do that by going back to our friend, the arrays. Do you remember arrays when we did multiplication? We're going to use arrays today for dividing, and we're going to see in an array how division and multiplication are related to each other. So let's get started. First, we're going to just review multiplication using an array. Here is an array. If I look at the rows, remember the rows go across, I have 2 rows, and in each row there are 4 counters. So 2 groups of 4. And I know that the total then would be 8. If I want to look at the columns, so this is a column, oops, and that's a column, column, and a column, I have 4 columns with 2 in each column. 2, 4, 6, 8. So my total is still 8. You should remember this from doing multiplication. But I can also use arrays to write division. Remember in division, we always start with what? I hope you said the total number. We always start with the biggest number. So our total is 8, and we're going to divide them up. We're going to divide it into 2 rows. So if I divide 8 into 2 rows, it equals 4 in each row. I can write a second division, just like I can write 2 multiplications. Again, I start with the total number 8, but this time, let's divide it into 4 groups, which are the columns. That would equal 2 in each column. So 4 groups of 2 equals 8. We can take these 2 numbers and multiply them, and it will equal the total number. Okay? This is very similar to the relationship between addition and subtraction. Let's just do a very simple one. For example, 3 plus 2 equals 5. And also, 2 plus 3 equals 5. I'm just showing you how addition and subtraction are related. It has nothing to do with this array, okay? But then when we subtract, we start with the total number. And we take one of these away, and it equals the other at end. 3 plus 2 equals 5. And if I start with 5 and I take the 2 away, then I know I have 3 left. 3 plus 2, or 2 plus 3, equals 5. So that is very similar to multiplication and division. In multiplication, we're finding the total. And in division, we're starting with the total. And then we know that we can multiply these 2 to equal it. Okay? This time, we're going to make an array to solve a problem. So I have 12 counters here, and these are going to represent 12 eggs. Here's my story problem. Angelina is baking cakes. She used 12 eggs. Each cake uses 3 eggs. So I'm just going to build an array. So from these 12 eggs she used, 3 are used in each cake. And so this is like taking my groups of 3 out, which we saw this week as repeated subtraction. But instead of taking them away, I'm actually just going to put them into an array. Okay, so another 3 and another 3. So Angelina was baking cakes. She used 12 eggs. Each cake used 3 eggs. Okay, I'm just going to write a division for what I've done so far. So Angelina used 12 eggs. That's the total number. And she was dividing them into groups of 3 because each cake used 3 eggs. Now I can find out how many cakes did she make. Well, here's a cake because that's 3 eggs. Here's one. So how many cakes did she make? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you said 4, you are correct. All right. So this is the division equation that matches what happened in the problem. Now I can also write a related multiplication. She made 4 cakes and each cake used 3 eggs. So that is the same as 4 groups of 3 equals 12. 4 cakes, each using 3 eggs, equals 12 eggs altogether. Okay? And you can see that here. So they're very related, this division and multiplication. All right. You will be solving some problems making arrays and writing the division and related multiplication. You're also going to be asked to use arrays just to solve a division equation. So what if I just had this? What if I had 15 divided by 3 equals? And then I'm asked to make an array to help me get the answer and to show it. So on your worksheet today, you are going to see equations like this, and it asks you to draw an array underneath. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to be starting with 15, and I'm going to have either, this can be groups of 3 or rows of 3. I find it easiest to make groups of 3, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. And I need to keep doing that until I have a total of 15. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need to stop when I have my total. So I have 15, and I've made groups of 3. It also has made 3 columns. So I can look at this 2 ways. How many groups of 3 did I make? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I made 5 groups of 3, and that will equal a total of 15. Okay? The other way I could have solved this, instead of putting them in groups of 3, I could have said, all right, what if I have 15 and I share them into 3 different groups? That means I'm going to do a group here, and a group here, and a group here. Okay? And I'm going to share them. So I've already used 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I shared them into 3 rows, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each row. I find this way, by using this divisor as the number of groups, a little trickier to keep track of. So it is easiest, I find, if you just are given the equation, to think of this number as how many in each row or in each column. Let's do one more the easy way. Okay, let's do 12 divided by 2. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is how many in each row. So let's go 1, 2, there's 1 row, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then my answer would be, well, how many rows did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made 6 rows of 2, which equals 12. So the related multiplication would be that. Okay, I hope this helps. I'm expecting it to be a little bit difficult at first. So if you're working at home, you know that I will be Zooming with you on Friday, and we can go over this some more if you're having trouble. If you're working at home but you come to school, either on Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, then we will go over it the next time I see you. All right, so don't worry if it's hard. Do your best, do what you can, and then I will be there to help you. I will see you or talk with you very soon.